There's never been a superior time to be an admirer of little cruisers, and little sport bikes are no special case. For quite a long time, Kawasaki's Ninja 250 ruled the perch as the main genuine choice, just fighting off any semblance of Hyosung. However, in the previous 5 or so years a weapons contest has broken out for the best spending planned sport bike. Honda appeared the CBR 250R, which has now developed into the CBR 300R, and Kawasaki upgraded the infant Ninja to a 300. Before long, the KTM RC390 entered the shred, and in addition Yamaha's R3 and in the end Suzuki's GSX250R. For 2018, Kawasaki appeared the Ninja 400, keeping in mind the end goal to oust KTM's 40 or more torque RC390. As amazing as it is to see these machines in dealerships and everywhere throughout the avenues, it abandons you in a precarious position in case you're in the market for one of these bicycles. Which one is ideal? Or then again, perhaps a superior inquiry, which one suits you the best? During the time spent testing these bicycles we logged a lot of miles and accumulated loads of assessments. The following is our breakdown of each bicycle's qualities, shortcomings, and specs, in the expectations that it encourages you settle on an educated choice about which one to purchase, or which side to pick. Honda CBR 300R. We've been enormous aficionados of the little CBR since it appeared in 2011 because of its light taking care of, astounding brakes, all-around adjusted suspension, and torquey single-barrel motor. In 2015 Honda knocked the bicycle's dislodging to 286 cubic centimeters, from 249 cubic centimeters, and refreshed the CBR's appearance to look more like, well, a CBR. It's not a favor of complex machine, but rather with regards to usefulness the Honda is difficult to beat. Other than ailing in out and out increasing speed and best speed, this is a genuinely fun little machine that offers the sort of usability and receptiveness that Honda has turned out to be well known for. You can catch a CBR 300R for $4,699 without ABS. However, anti-lock is unquestionably a smart thought and just adds $300.07 to the Baby Blade's check weight. Indeed, even with ABS and a full tank, you're just taking a gander at a 366-pound machine. That is the lightest alternative here, and it really feels significantly lighter, regardless of whether you're riding it or simply driving it out of the carport. This bicycle is an awesome fit for littler riders since it's so thin. However, considerably taller riders were agreeable in the seat, and the handlebars and foot pegs are essentially right where you'd need them. Boosting the motor's removal included more power. It's making 26.7 HP rather than the 24 or so the 250 made, and we adore the bicycle's new look. However, the CBR 300R misses the mark as far as motor execution when you contrast it with greater, sportier bicycles like the YZF R3, Ninja 400, and RC390. Regardless of whether it's not as effective as those bicycles, the Honda handles to or superior to anything in the class and has preferred brakes over everything except for the RC390. That solitary feels entirely endured 75 mph on the interstate. However, around town the CBR's low-end torque is a genuine advantage and move-on control is extraordinary underneath 50 miles per hour. In the event that your riding condition is on the slower or hillier side, think city or urban riding, or part ways with bring down speed restraints, the Honda single is an impeccable fit. Suzuki GSX250R. The GSX250R has developed from Suzuki's unique cut at the market for little and lively bicycles, particularly the GW250, aka Inajima, which propelled as a 2013 model here in the United States. The GW's gigantic suppressors and Type A prepared front bumper are ancient history when you take a gander at the GSX250. The humblest GSX looks smooth and refined, with GSX-R-like styling and a cool, full LCD dash. With a base cost of $4,499, it's tied for most minimal cost in the class and seemingly the CBR300's nearest match. It utilizes a 248 cubic centimeters parallel twin motor, which put out 20.6 HP on our dyno and 15 pound-feet of torque. That is additionally the slightest of any of the bicycles in this class and, perhaps most shocking, not as much as a large portion of the energy of the Ninja 400 and RC390. It's even down 6 HP on the 286 cubic centimeters Honda, which surrenders a barrel to the Suzuki. Exacerbating the GSX250's take a stab at execution is its weight on the off chance that you normal the heaviness of the other 4 bicycles in this test, 370 pounds. The Suzuki is 26 pounds heavier. In addition, the seat is about a large portion of an inch taller than both the Yamaha and the featherweight Honda. Indeed, even our photographic artist saw the bicycle's weight when he was wheeling the bicycles around to shoot these photos. That is the awful news. For all intents and purposes, the GSX250 functions admirably. It handles pleasantly thinking about its mass, and all in all carries on precisely like a little sport bike should. It's likewise bounty agreeable, notwithstanding for riders in excess of 6 feet tall, with sensible ergos and a better than average seat. Ultimately, the dash is perfect and crammed with data. The main other piece of awful news is the front brake is additionally the most exceedingly awful of the gathering, and there's no ABS alternative. Honestly, the GSX250 is a smooth and pleasantly fabricated little machine that would likely serve you extremely well. It's only somewhat difficult to suggest it thinking of it as encompassed by comparably estimated alternatives that perform better and have more highlights. Yamaha YZF R3. Like the GSX250R, the R3's bones were conceived on remote soil. Yamaha's R25 sport bike that has graced showrooms somewhere else on the planet for quite a long time imparts a considerable measure of parts to the R3 we get in the US and Europe. The R25's drag is punched out from 60mm to 68mm. That additionally implies a more customary 180-degree wrench, so the R3 fires an indistinguishable path from the Ninja and, dislike the weirdo, cross-plane R1 or MT-07 motors. The 320.6 cubic centimeters parallel twin pushed out 35.1 HP on our dyno, which isn't class driving, however puts it inside yelling separation of the KTM and Kawasaki. In like manner, this non-ABS R3's weight is appropriate with the green and orange bicycles, at 372 pounds. Notwithstanding being in fact the second heaviest bicycle of the gathering, the R3 scores high stamps for usability. Everything from the sub-31-inch situate stature to the grip and transmission are splendid in case you're a learner. Further developed riders who can push a cruiser harder will be the first to discover the R3's imperfections. The front brake isn't as delicate as the Suzuki's, however it needs feel and power when you warm up the pace. Same goes for the squishy stun, which can't be spared by turning up preload. Ostensibly to top it all off, the inclination employ Michelin elastic isn't made for brandish riding. Truly, we've listened to reports of 10,000 or more miles of them, yet they gab like insane in the event that you incline toward them, and that is a disgrace considering the R3 would be a fabulous decision for a first track day. The uplifting news is the R3's issues are pretty effectively settled, particularly the tires, and whatever is left of the bicycle is amazing. Uncommon yell out to the fashioners of the dash, which seems as though it was taken from the arrangement of a science fiction motion picture. The computerized speedo is anything but difficult to peruse, and the tremendous face of the simple touch includes a whiff of execution. The move light, equip position marker, and unmistakable fuel measure get a gold star from our viewpoint as well. Toward the day's end, the R3 experiences an indistinguishable issue from the Suzuki. The opposition is hardened, and keeping in mind that the base cost of $4,999, $5,299 with ABS, is more than reasonable, you'll require a couple of bills to place it in the battle. Indeed, even still, the Yamaha offers a lot of punch, a hot dash, and if your heart is inked with tuning forks, it's an alternative you can pick with satisfaction. Kawasaki Ninja 400. Frankly, Team Green's active Ninja 300 was at that point, and remains, an astounding bicycle for any level rider. Be that as it may, Kawasaki raised the stakes for 2018, absolutely upgrading the bicycle as laid out in this first ride survey we as of late distributed. From a greater, 399 cubic centimeters motor to an all-new edge and distinctive LED headlights, the Ninja 400 is enhanced inside and out. Influencing a bicycle to stop snappier, quicken harder, and weigh less is incredible, however not if it's all of a sudden significantly more costly. Gratefully, Kawasaki kept the Ninja 400's value the same $4,999 without ABS. Including ABS includes $300, which is an exceptionally sensible premium considering how much more secure crisis stops are with anti-lock usefulness. Furthermore, even with an ABS module and related hoses, the 400 just weighs 371 pounds. That is in excess of 15 pounds lighter than the 300 it replaces. Power-wise, this new motor increases current standards by turning out 43.4 HP on our in-house dyno, simply beating the RC390 for top gloating rights. To the extent riding goes, the Ninja exceeds expectations as a day-by-day suburbanite and as a byway brandish machine. The ergos are nonpartisan and agreeable, control is direct, with an exciting best-end surge and high, 12,500 RPM redline, the suspension is all around adjusted, and the Ninja handles great. In case you're searching for a full highlight dash, the Ninja has it. Fit and complete are first class as well. The main bicycle that can contend with the Kawi's feeling of refinement is Honda CBR. Our couple of grievances here are semi-delicate brakes and a suppressor that'll stand out in the event that you have enormous feet. Other than that, this is a flexible and sleek little sport bike that is prepared to carry you to work or school or usher you into the A group at track days. KTM RC390. At the point when the RC390 hit the avenues in 2014 it was progressive. Here was a sizzling hot 7/8 scale sport bike from a boutique maker that exclusive makes renegade bicycles. Everybody from new riders to folks on BMW R1200 GSS with 100,000 miles on the odometer observed. Furthermore, no big surprise. Simply take a gander at it. The RC390 is tall, lean, forceful. As we said in a past review on the RC, it's a genuine sport bike, just littler. That implies a high seat that is not especially agreeable, low clasp arms, a motor that runs hot, a modest 2.6-gallon gas tank, and an unforgiving revlometer. Be that as it may, what difference does it make? The cool factor on the RC390 is through the rooftop, and it's as much amusing to ride as you'd envision. It ties the Ninja 400 regarding valuing, ringing in at $5,499 with ABS. You can't get it without ABS, yet you can turn ABS off with a mystery catch on the dash. KTM's 373 cubic centimeters single is clearly in a high condition of block, thinking of it as pumps out 42.5 HP and 24.4 pound-feet of torque. That motor has a naughty sit without moving and feels beautiful buzzy when revved up, yet it's characterful and bounty intense for road cruising or tearing up a twisty extent of blacktop. For 2017 the KTM got a greater front brake, customizable levers, front brake and grasp, and new mirrors. It's still got illuminated switches, virtuoso, squinty projector bar headlights, a fat altered fork, and unmistakable styling in addition to a great 370-pound weight with a full tank. What it doesn't have, at any rate contrasted with bicycles like the Kawasaki and Honda, is a ton of common sense and refinement. Like a genuine sport bike, the RC390 exchanges a touch of solace and poise for execution. Also, we can't disregard that the RC has a past filled with mechanical issues, making the KTM somewhat less appealing if your new bicycle will be your sole type of transportation. For a lot of individuals, however, cruisers should be down to earth. They should be passionate and exciting. In that regard, the RC390 rules. The bottom line. Reasonably, this fight for little bore matchless quality came down to the two greatest bicycles here. We know the general purpose is that these bicycles are little, and it likely feels a little in reverse that we're positioning the Kawasaki and KTM at the best, yet we guarantee it's not on the grounds that they have the most power. Despite the fact that the additional snort is a decent advantage, it's really the choices and refinement that set the green and orange bicycles separated. Switchable ABS and movable levers on the KTM or the lovely dash on the Kawasaki, for instance. The greatest shock might have been the Honda, which has a stellar frame and brilliant form quality. It's simply missing the highlights of the KTM or Kawasaki. The Ninja 400 and RC390 have about indistinguishable execution numbers and evaluating. Truly, what it comes down to is state of mind. Kawasaki has had the most time and number of models to build up the tiniest Ninja, and it truly appears it's throughout the day agreeable and offers precisely the correct refinements to serve a motorcyclist. It is an extensively sober-minded, fun, very much designed cruiser. KTM's RC390 feels less like a little game professional bicycle and more like an infant Ducati Panigale. It's altogether forceful and European, regardless of whether it's little. So do you envision yourself on the unbelievable Ninja, glimmering in world superbike paint and adaptability? Or on the other hand, do you think you require the KTM's shocking, trellis outline and hot-blooded motor? The uplifting news is there isn't generally a wrong answer. Even the Honda and Yamaha are great decisions. For the record, as much as any gearhead, us included, will be attracted to the sex interest of KTM's earth-shattering and quite cool RC390, we know the savvy choices put a Ninja 400 in the carport.